Bobby, come on. Can we go lay down maybe? I'm trying to do something. Okay, maybe cats do understand English. Hey guys. Welcome back or welcome to the show that is my YouTube channel. My name is Mrs. Beetlegoose. This is Bobby or Benji, Benjamin Button, Benny Hanna, Benny Blanco, Benjamin Franklin, Bobby McGee, Bobby Mahaha. Cat. For this video, I decided that I'm going to read Reddit, Am I the Scallywag, until the drinks that I take to put me to sleep knock me out. It's like a challenge. I filmed a good couple minutes already and didn't realize my mic was muted. I think we're already halfway there. Let's just get into it. Am I the scallywag for telling my husband he ruined my birthday again? Background. Today is my 28th birthday. I'm really into birthdays and holidays and believe in celebrating them to the max. And this is well known to everyone. I'm also the planner and the giver in not only my family, husband and kids, but my extended family, parents, siblings, friends, etc. So I'm the one that plans birthdays, get-togethers, gifts, travel, etc. I'm also a stay-at-home mom due to having a son with complex medical and behavioral needs. I've been with him 24/7 for the last week as it's a school break, and he's extremely clingy and has behavioral problems due to mental illnesses. I also had a upper respiratory cold during this time, sore throat, fever, cough, runny nose, earache, but kept up with mom duties nonetheless. My husband's birthday was last month, and as usual, I planned something for him. Weekend in a town a couple hours away for us and our kids. For my birthday, I tell him I just want help with the kids, the house cleaned, a nap, and him to cook supper or take me out. Maybe a homemade gift from the kids and a cake. Yesterday, my husband starts complaining of a sore throat. I check his throat and looks fine, no fever or other symptoms. He stays up all night playing video games. This morning, he says he is sick, but has no visible symptoms, no fever, no cough, no runny nose, doesn't sound like someone with a cold. He says his throat hurts, but he spent an hour on Xbox Live talking just fine. He naps all day because he says he's sick. I think it's because he stayed up until 4 a.m. playing video games. Meanwhile, I make my own cake, take care of the kids as usual, and do my usual chores. He didn't even tell me happy birthday. Okay. Finally, I decided to take the cake I made with the kids to my parents' house to have supper there so I didn't have to cook. I'm pretty crabby at this point and don't say a word before we leave. He calls and asks why we left. I tell him because he ruined my birthday yet again and I'm trying to salvage it at least a little, and hung up. He called back and said I was overreacting. He's sick and I'm an adult. Birthdays aren't a big deal anymore after 21. So am I the scallywag for wanting one day to be the receiver instead of the giver to celebrate myself? No. At first I was going to be like, okay, if he's sick, like chill out, but no, you're not. I mean, he clearly, no, I mean, and like all you did was go to your parents' house with the cake that you baked with your kids while he was sleeping. Anyway, one of the comments, not the asshole. If he cared, he would have tried sore throat or not. You two need to have a discussion one-on-one. Littles need to be somewhere else about your relationships. Adults need care and attention too, whether you are over 21 or not. Edit to add happy birthday. OOP. I did forget to mention that when we went out of town for his birthday, I was also sick then too. I have an autoimmune disorder, so I get sick a lot, especially during allergy season, but didn't let it stop me from doing anything to celebrate his birthday and made sure. Yeah, he's a twat waffle. Oh, we're not going to get through very many of these. I am already. On to the next. Shit. This is on relationship advice. My 31 male, pregnant girlfriend, 23 female, has been lying about her age for our entire relationship. Not me side-eyeing the age gap and then reading the rest. And it says, has been lying about her age for our entire relationship. Yikes on bikes. Is there any way for me to trust her again? Also, pregnant? My girlfriend and I have been together for a little over a year. When we met, I was 30 and she said she was 25. I'm 31 now, and she's been pretending to be 26 for about 4 months. We literally celebrated what she said was her 26th birthday, and she referred to it as her 26th birthday. She's 10 weeks pregnant, but she found out a month ago. She only told me about it not even 3 weeks ago because she was supposedly nervous about my reaction. She was on birth control. Whatever the ring is, that is, you couldn't have Googled that. It's the new ring, by the way. I know she's being truthful about that because I've seen it, and it's even come out of her. We didn't need that context. That was really unnecessary, friend. We didn't need to know all that. I'm unsure about having I'm unsure about us having a kid right now. We've been together a year, and we don't even live together. Oh, I thought that said she spreads. It doesn't. It says she spends most of her time at my place, but she doesn't actually live here. I guess I also took the risk by not using condoms. Yeah, it takes two. It's not all on the girl. No, I don't have anything in my teeth. It's smiley piercing. The lights are just really bright, and so it doesn't really look like it. Also, my tongue ring is getting really irritating. And clickety-clacketing on my friggin' teeth and just driving me batshit. Anyways. I guess I also took the risk by not using condoms, but there should never be a but at the end of, there should never be a but. You took the risk, you gambled. And it seems like the rest of, I'm just going to keep reading, but it looks like he defends it. Crazy men. But I've been in other relationships where we've just relied on birth control and it was fine. Birth control and condoms are not 100%. Abstinence is the only 100% method to not getting pregnant. Just because you didn't get an ex pregnant while not using condoms doesn't mean you're not going to get the next person pregnant. You're a dumbass. How have you survived 31 years on this planet? I'll never know. Anyways, I do use condoms. It's just that after we've been together a while, we decided we were comfortable enough to just use the birth control. So you were basically co-signing getting pregnant. You were I'm comfortable with you. It's been a year. If we get pregnant, we get pregnant. Fuck it. That's not how that works. I feel like in your mind, you're thinking of pregnancy like an STD, and that's fucking dumb. That's the way that you just explained that makes it seem like you're talking about an STD, but you're not. You're talking about a life sentence to a baby. But that's just me. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm nervous about the idea of us having a baby, and I told her I wasn't sure a relationship of a year is really the ideal stable thing to be bringing a baby into, not your decision. And she's been saying she knows, but she just doesn't think she can't not have it, and she cries and makes me feel bad. I'm not trying to leave this all on her, and I will take responsibility. That's not really what this is about. I feel like this is so much context for the whole lying about her age thing. She usually talks on the phone on speakerphone. What? Jump scare. We went from, okay. Anyways, she usually talks on the phone on speakerphone. She walks around holding her phone with it on speaker like they do on all the reality shows so you can hear everything being said. I find it really annoying. Not necessary. I don't want to listen to her full conversations she has with people. Okay. This is not neat. You're already an asshole. She was talking to her mom and sort of stressing about being pregnant, and her mom said, I can't believe you're going to have a baby at 23. You're too young, or something along those lines. All I really heard was the 23 part. I was like, wait, what the fuck? You could have just said that. I sat there silently waiting for her to get off the phone, and then I immediately asked her why her mom said she was 23. She just looked at me surprised, like she didn't know what to say. And I didn't even think she registered that her mom had said that when I was right there hearing the whole thing. Your own mom doesn't get your age wrong by 3 whole years. True. I mean, my mom's never forgotten my birthday. My dad did, but he had cancer, so, She looked annoyed and also like she was going to cry and said she was really 23 and that she only lied because she found out my age first and thought I wouldn't take her seriously if she told me that she was 22. She was 22 when we met. And that 26th birthday we celebrated was really her 23rd. I just stared at her for the longest time because I didn't even know what to say. She's right. I probably wouldn't have entered into a relationship with a 22-year-old. A hookup, maybe. Oh, gross. You're disgusting. I don't even want to keep reading. I know there's not a huge difference in number of years between 22 and 25, but 22 just makes me feel weird. But you said you'd fuck a 22-year-old. Maybe she seemed a little immature for somebody in their mid-20s, but she has her own apartment and actual job because she graduated college and has been lying about the exact year this whole time. Yeah, she seemed a little younger than me, but I figured, I guess this is what it's like to date somebody 5 years younger. She doesn't seem like somebody who just graduated college. She presented herself like she has a little more experience than that, and actually, because she's a woman. Women age faster or mature faster than men, you brain dead. I don't even care what this says. You're a piece of shit. The comments. Are you sure she's even actually pregnant? Are you high? Edit to add, keeping her age for you was 100% malicious on her part. She lied to you about her age because she was afraid you wouldn't date her. She's willing to lie about her age. What is she? Why are we all assuming that she's not pregnant? Oh my God, this comment. The only way to move forward is as co-parents, but not romantic partners. I would make that very clear to her that you will be raising your child, but she has proven she is not the romantic partner you are looking for. You two will not be moving in together. I just got a text message. But you will be working through the court to sort out custody. Be very firm about that. Strip away the fantasy that this is going to turn out any other way. If you make all that clear, more truths might come out, like the fact that she isn't actually pregnant. Okay, we're all assuming he's already said. There's been 1,000 replies that he's seen the pregnancy test, he's seen the ultrasound, yada, yada, whatever. Or more likely, she will say she miscarried when you tell her you are not going to be in a relationship with her, which to me always reads as she wasn't likely pregnant in the first place. Okay, here's the thing, though. They were together for a year. I don't see, I'm assuming these are all men, maybe some, psycho women that are oh my God, she's lying about a pregnancy. But, they didn't have, really any struggles. I mean, he found her a bit annoying and maybe a little bit immature, but I don't see any red flags where she was oh my God, I gotta fake a pregnancy to fucking bleh, whatever. You're weird. You're so weird for that. I feel like there's an update somewhere. Oh, update. Okay. I'm just gonna read the update because a lot of people are this guy wants to be a writer. This update is fucking novel. The original post was a novel. I didn't read the rest of it because my God. I read one line. She is actually pregnant. There was... Okay, anyways. Quick recap. This is the update on the... Whoa. I gotta go to bed. I'm not gonna get through much more of this. Quick recap for people who didn't read the original post. I'm 31, and up until a few weeks ago, I thought my girlfriend was 26. We've been together for over a year. We've been together for a little over a year, and she's currently pregnant. I recently discovered she's actually 23 and was 22 when we met. She had been lying about her age the entire time. She had a doctor's appointment today, and I went along. She had already invited me before her real age came out, and I started doubting everything else she had told me. She's actually pregnant. According to her doctor, she's 12 weeks, 1 day pregnant, which lines up with what she told me before. Her due date is really December 20th. They didn't do an ultrasound today. Apparently, there's an optional one that can be done around this point to look for abnormalities, but she doesn't have any risk factors, so her insurance doesn't cover it. It turns out she's actually still on her parents' insurance because she's 23 and not 26. I was also able to have a much more serious conversation with her about the age lie. I tried to explain that the issue isn't really the number itself at this point. At first, I was very focused on the number because many people will think it's gross and they won't know or believe that I didn't really know her age for an entire year. Now it's really just that she maintained the lie for over a year. She let me believe she was older when we met. I also have out drinking or whatever, I would see my partner's ID, or out to dinner. I don't know. What, anyways, maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. Let me believe she was older when we met, celebrated a fake birthday. I mean, you didn't celebrate a fake birthday. You celebrated her 23rd birthday. It just wasn't her 26th birthday. So, like, you celebrated a real birthday. It just wasn't, whatever. And made up all these little micro lies to go along with a fake age, including when she graduated, etc. I want her to realize why I can't believe anything she tells me now. I don't want to doubt her, and I'm not one that's going to be having sex with somebody and immediately jump to "you're baby trapping me." I hate when guys do that. I just can't believe anything, no matter how big or small. She tells me her favorite ice cream is chocolate, and I'm convinced that's a lie. That's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. She said she understands. She was only thinking about the present when she told me she was 25 and didn't think long term. I mean, so she was probably looking for a hookup too. But like, then you guys got in a full relationship and now she's pregnant. This guy sucks. She sucks too for lying about her age. Like, what fucking point is there, bro? He's also like exposing her about being pregnant a second time. I'm not. This guy's a dick. This guy's a twat waffle. Why is this best on Reddit updates? You suck. You both suck. Let's read one more. I'm about to knock out. This one's short. We love a short one. All right. Am I the scallywag for uninviting my best friends from our vacation? Wait. I don't know what I just said. Am I the scallywag for uninviting my boyfriend's best friend from our vacation after he made a comment about splitting costs? I have been sitting on this for a week because my boyfriend is still upset with me about it. My boyfriend and I planned a trip together, just the two of us. About a month before, he asked if his best friend could join since best friend was going through a rough time and needed a break. I wasn't thrilled, but I agreed because I wanted to be supportive. When we started discussing costs, best friend assumed we'd split everything 3 ways, including the accommodation I had already booked and partially paid for on my own card before he was even invited. I pointed that out. Wait, and already booked, partially paid for my... I pointed that out and said he'd need to cover his share of the room going forward, but the deposit was already split between me and my boyfriend. What? Best friend got annoyed and made a comment that I was being petty about money and that this is why couples should not invite outsiders if they are going to make them feel like a burden. My boyfriend laughed it off. I told best friend that if he felt like a burden, maybe it wasn't the right trip for him. He took that as me uninviting him and told my boyfriend I kicked him out. Now my boyfriend is saying I was too harsh and that Marcus was already having a hard time. I did not explicitly uninvite him, but I'm not going to chase him either. My boyfriend thinks I owe best friend an apology. I don't think I do. So somebody commented, OP, I need to clarify on something. Were you telling best friend not to worry about his portion of the deposit because it was already paid? If so, I'm not understanding his reaction. I'm not either. I'm with you. OP said, yes, exactly that. I wasn't asking him to reimburse anything already paid just to cover his share of new costs going forward. His reaction is what confused me too, honestly, which makes me wonder if my boyfriend told him something different before I was even part of the conversation. Another comment, wait, he wanted to split everything 3 ways, but you were arguing that the deposit was already split with your boyfriend, so he didn't have to pay for his share going forward. So wasn't he trying to give you more money? Why would you not want him to pay 1/3 of the final total cost? I feel like I'm missing something here. Fair point. I see the confusion. The issue wasn't the math. It was that he assumed he was coming at all without even asking if I was okay with it and then acted like I was being difficult when I explained how the deposit worked. The entitlement of the whole thing is what got me, not the number specifically. Okay. But also there's comments are like, some of these comments are like, oh, your boyfriend doesn't even like you. He invited a guy on your freaking vacation. Shut up. Shut up. You sound stupid. Stupid. There's an update. Let's read it. Original post is on my profile. So many of you asked for an update, and honestly, the comments on that post changed a lot for me, so I feel like I owe you one. I had the conversation with my boyfriend. What light just turned off? Am I going crazy? Probably. Anyways, I told him calmly that I felt blindsided by the best friend invite, that his laughing off the comment hurt me, and that I needed to understand why his first instinct was to invite a friend on what was supposed to be our trip. He got defensive at first, said I was making a big deal out of nothing, and that he just wanted to help a friend. When I pushed on the laughing thing specifically, he did not really have an answer, just said he did not think it was that serious. That told me a lot, honestly. I think you're all overreacting. Best friend is not coming on the trip. That part is settled, but things between me and my boyfriend feel different now. I am not ready to make any big decisions, but I'm also not pretending everything is fine. I texted my friend about possibly joining me on the trip instead. Hello? Wait, with the boyfriend or without the boyfriend? I'm confused. She said yes immediately. So whatever happens, I'm not canceling on myself. Thank you everyone who commented, especially the ones who told me to slow down and talk first before assuming the worst. That was the right call. I just needed to hear it. One comment, this is a good start. You need to keep communicating with him to see how he really cares about you. See if you can pick up any more red flags. I don't think I see that as like a red flag. I think he was probably just like laughing at his best friend. Like, bro, you're being an idiot because like you're not understanding what she's saying. I don't know. That could be maybe it. But like, I think you're all kind of overreacting. But like, I do think you're right though. It is weird that your boyfriend invited the homie. But I mean, like, if it's just like a random vacay, I think you're all overreacting. Shut up. You sound like children. You sound like fucking children, bruv. Absolute fucking children. This is why I'm single. All right, one more. I know I said one more last time, but I've only got 29 minutes of footage. I only got 29 minutes of recording. A lot of it's going to get cut out, so it doesn't really matter. Last one. My ex-best friend, 25, female of 10 years, wants me, 25, female, holy flabbergasted. I'm going to start that over. My ex-best friend, 25, female of 10 years, since you were 15? I don't even talk to anybody from when I was 15. I was on drugs. I'm going to start that over. My ex-best friend, 25 female of 10 years, wants me, 25 female, to forgive her for sleeping with my exes. So my ex-best friend, let's call her Andrea, was my best friend for 10 years. We're at a party. I brought my fiance of a year with us. We're about 5 to 8 drinks in and everybody's feeling it. I went off to go talk to another friend while Andrea and my fiance sit at a table on the outside deck. I go back at about 15 minutes later, and my fiance tells me he needs to talk to me discreetly after she gets up and walks away. He tells me she asked him, why her? Why does everyone go for her? Why does no one go for me? And then proceeds to say, would you ever date me? Now, in the moment, I don't know if I fully believed him. I mean, good on you. Good on you. About a year later, I have been broken up with my fiance for about 3 months. I started hooking up with another guy I had known. We will call him Colby. One night I threw a party and it got kind of crazy. I was not feeling well and was in the bathroom. While I was in the bathroom, Andrea was all over Colby. Someone had told me later that night, and as I was on Snapchat posting stuff, she takes a pic with Colby and is basically on top of him and sticking her tongue out. She sends it to me while I am on my phone. I didn't really think much of it. What? Okay, you weren't dating him, you were just sleeping with him. Okay. 2 weeks later, a mutual friend says Andrea is sleeping with Colby and that she slept with another ex of mine after we had broken up. I messaged her and asked her, are you sleeping with Colby? And did you sleep with other ex? She plays it off like she has no idea what they're talking about and says she would never do that to me. I asked, are you sure? If you like him, just be honest so I can stop wasting my time on him. Then she starts gaslighting me and asking why would I believe mutual friend. I didn't push it after that because I didn't want to start a fight with her. One night I looked at Snap Map and it showed Colby and Andrea in the same location and I knew it in my gut. I expected it from a guy, but not from my best friend. Okay. What? Like, it takes two to tango. And, like, you saw the red flags already, but, like, also, like, good on you for not believing the dude. You know what I mean? But, like, to be like, I expected it from a guy, but not my best friend. Like, everybody can be shady. Everybody can be insecure. Grow up. I asked again, and she blew up and finally admitted it after gaslighting me for 3 weeks. Then tried to make me out to be the bad guy, saying, you always make everything about you. And you guys weren't even in a real relationship. And a bunch of other crappy things. I mean, she was right. You guys weren't dating. So, like, fluff around and find out, you know? Now we're in a relationship with Tyler. And a few weeks later, I stupidly forgive her. 7 months later, me and Tyler take a break. It seems like you just need to be single for a little bit. And so does she. You need to not be... I was gonna say the term for it, but I'm not now. That's disgusting. 7 months later, me and Tyler take a break. We all attended a party together and I see her flirting with him, and flashbacks of Colby come back. And long story short, we fought again and didn't talk for a very long time. A year later, I have moved out of state and she's in a relationship with Tyler and is pregnant with his child. I now know all of my feelings were right. I mean, her last 3 relationships were all of my exes. Another year later, she says she misses me and is sad I moved out of state and doesn't apologize for anything. I told her I don't hold grudges, but I don't think I can fully ever be friends with her again. Update, I have blocked and removed her on everything. Should have done sooner, but what's done is done, and I've learned my lesson. That wasn't the final update. There's another one. Oh, 2026, 2+ year update. Wow.
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 You all kind of suck. 25 and you're all acting like this. That's gross. Ugh. Hey everyone, I'm going to read the update now. Hey everyone, I randomly came back across this post after not thinking about it for a long time and figured I'd give a real update since a lot has changed. I don't think a lot of... Oh, okay, well that sucks. Oh, sorry, I was reading ahead and I was reading in my head. I wasn't reading out loud. I'm so sorry. Anyways, it's been over 3 years since everything went down with Andrea, Colby, and Tyler. After I made my original update, I finally stuck to cutting Andrea off and I've kept her blocked to no contact ever since. That was honestly one of the best decisions I made for my peace of mind. So the actual update on the situation. Andrea ended up staying with Tyler for about a year and, as I told you all before, had a baby together. That relationship eventually fell apart after Tyler cheated on her, and shortly after their breakup, he even tried reaching out to me again, which I obviously didn't entertain. You all kind of suck. Okay, like this update wasn't needed. You're just like airing out her dirty laundry, and then you go on to like just literally brag about your self and just like literally air out her dirty laundry. This was not needed, but I'm going to keep reading. I had the hiccups. That means I'm getting really sleepy. I get the hiccups when I get really tired. After all that, Andrea is now with Colby. Yes, the same Colby from my original post. I already forgot who the flip Colby is. Oh, the guy you were just hooking up with? So basically, she ended up in long-term situations with both of the main people involved in all of this. I thought the main person would be your fiance. Colby, you were just hanging out, hooking up with. Tyler, you were just... Right? I mean, you were just like in a relationship for like 7 months with him. I thought like the main character would be homie that you were engaged with, but all right, you're dramatic. As for me, I stayed in the relationship I moved out of state for. We've now been together for years and things are amazing. We're building a life together, both settled into careers, and we've been talking seriously about the future, trying for a baby. Yay. You are a bitch. I know you kind of got like screwed over in this situation, but you're a bitch. You're literally just on here bragging and like shit talking this girl who was like young and dumb. You're a bitch. Looking back, I don't really feel anger about it anymore, and you shouldn't, because it's not like she slept with your fiance while you two were together. Is it weird that she was sleeping with people that you were hooking up with? Sure. But like, damn. It was painful at the time, but it also made it very clear who I could and couldn't trust. I mean, sure, but you're young and dumb. Here, shut up. Mostly, I just feel far removed from who I was when I wrote the original post. No, you're still that same shit-talking, bragging weirdo airing out people's dirty laundry. I was constantly trying to make sense of people who weren't treating me with basic respect, and I don't live in that space anymore. Be so for real. What do you think? Did I make the right decision all those years ago? I think I did. If anyone remembers this from years ago, thanks for reading back then and giving advice, and thanks again now. One of the comments, I'm confused about your timeline in the original post. Was Tyler the fiance that you initially took a 3-month break with? No, different guy. They never dated. He was just my fiance she tried hitting on at a party. See, you all suck. I love these videos because I get to judge anonymous strangers so harshly. And people on Reddit fucking suck. Just saying. But it is fun to read other people's drama because, like, I don't ever leave my house, and like I have family drama, but like I can mostly ignore that shit and just be like, deuce, magoose. I don't want that in my life. I'm not going to post about it on Reddit because I don't want strangers judging my family drama. Like these fucking weirdos. Like, she didn't sleep with your fiance. She slept with people that you were hooking up with after you were already done hooking up with them. Is that kind of shitty? Sure. But are you also kind of shitty for sitting here airing out her fucking dirty laundry? Oh, she got cheated on, but I'm doing so fucking amazing. Look at me. Oh my God, I'm doing so much better. Stop. Get a grip. Like, you're obviously not doing that well if you're coming back 3 years later to be like, look at me, guys. You all suck. Anyways, that's all I've got. I did make it through all of however many without the tranks knocking my bahootie out. I'd call that a win. But I have the hiccups and I have chills. And that means like I'm going to go lay down and I'm immediately just going to knock out. Like, if I don't get off now, I'm going to pass out soon. This was a fun challenge. I love you so, so much. Follow me on Twitch, Mrs. Beetlejuice. Follow me on TikTok. I'm trying to post there more often. And I'm going to try to post more of these. I do work a full-time job and I'm in graduate school, so it's hard. But it's fun. I love this shit. Well, where was I? I love you so, so much. I hope you have a great day or night, wherever the you're at in the world. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Make good choices. Be nice. Be kind. Be gentle. And you will see me in my next video. Maybe we'll do another one of these challenges and see if I can go longer. We made it 41 minutes. Okay, goodbye. What is this? I'm fucking millennial. Good Lord. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye.